Hello vinyl community and anybody else watching this. The other day I made an answer video, a contest entry for Rockboy860's 500 subscriber contest, and again, congratulations, that's amazing. And I showed some stuff and I meant what I said, but I got thinking about it and I want to let that video stand, but I wanted to make another video. This one a little more not sincere. I think I missed an opportunity to show some rare stuff. I showed some pretty common stuff. I showed mostly new albums. The Beatles album was cool. And I encourage you to watch that video if you haven't. But I thought I'd make another one. I want to let that entry stand. But just on my own, I thought that I would make a second video with those 5 subjects in it. Now these aren't necessarily my favorite, but they're rare and they're cool. Rarer, they're not that rare. And they're cooler, and I just wanted to show something else. I realized I showed the Velvet Underground before, and so here we go again. James, here's a second entry. Sorry about that. Let the first one stand, but I'm making another one anyway. And I'll do them both. So we'll start out with the first one. What is the first video? He has 5 questions. If you don't know, if you didn't watch my first video or his video, James asked 5 questions and wanted us to show albums that answered. And the first one was, what was the first album you played on your current system? And I showed this last time. I can't change this one, because it is the first album I played on my current system, and it is Meet the Beatles. It is their second American album, introducing the Beatles. On DJ was the first. It is their first Capitol album. Mine is a reissue, and I showed this last time, but I'll show it again. It is on the green Capitol label, which makes it a late 60s, early 70s issue, something like that. And it's not in the world's greatest condition, which is why I picked it in the first place. And I turned my turntable on, and lo and behold, it sounded amazing, and it got me hooked on records again. So, it's this album with the Gold Record Award, which lets you know that it's not old, not as old as, not original, that got me hooked on records again. So, I owe a lot to this record. Next up, he said live album, and this is a really good live album. It's not my favorite. In truth, I don't have a favorite live album, but I never see this online, and I think it's a fairly rare album. The Ramones, It's Alive. It's a 2-record set. They just stream through every song you'd want to hear by them. Blitzkrieg Bob, Teenage Lobotomy, She Is a Punk Rocker, all of it. It's got a nice gatefold with the boys playing live in there, of course. And I was going to show the records, but they sort of collapsed into the center when I opened the gatefold. I'm going to show one of the records anyway. And it is on Sire Records. And it's a really good live album. And again, I think I missed an opportunity last time by not showing the Ramones. So this time, I am. The third one was a soundtrack, and I showed Oh Brother Where Art Thou, which is a great soundtrack. It's a much better soundtrack than what I'm going to show, but it's, you go buy it, and it's no big deal. Everybody should have it. This, on the other hand, A Swingin' Summer starring Raquel Welch, is not an easy soundtrack to come up with. It's on Hanna-Barbera Records, which just cracks me up. And Raquel Welch actually sings on this record, which absolutely makes it a must-have in my collection. And I have played this on my podcast more than once, a few times actually. So, there you go. Want to see what's in... Oh, it does have a gatefold. That's the receipt. There's the gatefold. You can see Miss Welch there, and everything that Miss Welch has. There's the back cover, and again, it's on Hanna-Barbera Records. So this is a cool soundtrack, and I love it just because it's a cool soundtrack. The fourth thing that James asked about was colored vinyl, and I showed that really great Beatles picture disc of the Decca Sessions, and it's really cool, and I love it. But I love this just as much, even though it's not nearly as special looking. But I've coveted this since it came out in 1982. It was a precursor to the Tug of War album, and it's Paul McCartney. It's just called McCartney. It's got this great black and white cover, and it's got him in black and white standing in front of the keyboard. Of course, it's got ebony and ivory on it and a few other things. And it is on, it's promotional only, by the way, and it is on white vinyl. And I've known about this since 1982, and I picked this up fairly recently, and it's sort of one of my prized possessions. I love this record, so I thought I would show that for colored vinyl. And lastly, James wanted box sets, and I showed Creedence. In fact, it's right here. I showed this last time, and it's a great box set. You might still be able to get it, and if you can, I recommend it highly. It's every single Creedence ever did. But I wanted to go rarer than that. And me and Mr. Mayo showed this one time, but I'm going to show it as well. It's the Beatles Alpha to Omega. It's a bootleg, but it's one of the best-selling bootlegs ever. It would have charted if they charted bootlegs. It would have been in the top 200 LPs. It's a 4-record set. I'll show one record. There's what the labels look like. And it's just a greatest hits compilation of probably about, let's see, 7 songs aside. 50, 60 songs on here, something like that. And the reason I wanted to show that, besides you rarely see it, is you rarely see Volume 2. And I have, I mean, my covers, while they're not mint or anything, are in fairly nice condition. These are generally in pretty poor shape. And I have the second one as well. And the records pretty much look like the first one. And you get more. You get 8 songs a side on this. So 8 times 8 is about 64, 65 songs on each of these records. So between them, it's about half the Beatles catalog. Well, there you go, James. There's my second video for your contest. I'm sorry about that, but I just felt really weird showing all this new stuff and not taking advantage of being able to show some really, really cool vinyl. Well, at least cooler anyway. I'm not Robert Z, okay? I don't have nobody's Robert Z. I don't have that sort of stuff, but I have cooler stuff than what I showed. So I wanted to make it again, remake this video, redo. It's Apocalypse Now redo. And if anybody watched this, thank you for watching it. Like and subscribe, and hope you guys all have a great day. And again, congratulations on your 500 subs. That's amazing. Take care.